Okay, this is going to be a bit of a different video. I've decided to do a repair video, but it's going to be a very relaxed, chilled one. There's going to be no fancy edits or anything like that. It's going to be just basically the device right here and me trying to fix it, and that's really it. It could be a boring video to most people, or it could be an entertaining one. Who knows? But the reason why I'm wearing gloves is because I got this device today and it needs to be cleaned. So obviously I don't know the history of it or where it's been or anything, but I'm just being cautious, that's all. Plus it's kind of like a shout out to Odd Tinkering with his videos when he does restorations and stuff. That is an absolutely amazing channel. If you like restorations and repairs with no speaking, just focusing on repairing the subject, go watch Odd Tinkering. I'll link it down in the description below, because honestly, go subscribe to him. Amazing videos. Top quality stuff, and there's even little comedic bits without any words. It's honestly, they are some really good refreshing videos to just sit down and just binge watch. They're great. Well anyways, cue the intro and let's get started. Alrighty, well hello to everyone who's watching, and today this is going to be a repair video, as I said in the beginning, on it's an iPhone X. Now this little iPhone X was bought from a cash converter store because I had to go out today and do some shopping, and I decided to stop by the cash converter store just to have a look, and I came across this iPhone X for $399 for an iPhone X. It's not too bad, considering they're going on eBay for about 500 Australian or so. I thought it was a good deal, and I have never ever played around with an iPhone X. Never. Or an XS Max or any of the other ones. The latest iPhone that I've ever played around with was the iPhone 7, and that was a couple of years ago. So when I seen this on, I thought, okay, well, you know, $399, what's the deal? Turns out that this doesn't charge. They said that the dock connector is broken, and that the front camera is blurry. Well, there's a lot of scratches on the screen and fingerprints, but we'll focus on the charging port and get to that later. But yeah, the charging port is faulty. So their solution, wireless charge. Okay, good. But if I wanted to connect it to iTunes and do a restore or backup or whatever, I can't do anything like that. So I bargained them down to $370 for this. And I thought that was worth it because if I want to resell it on, there's a little bit of profit left in there. But I may end up keeping this for myself, to be fairly honest, because I've got an iPhone 6S that I use as an alarm clock. So I could always go to an iPhone X or something. I really don't know. But yeah, it charges with wireless. So that's fine. This is just a Kmart branded one, I believe. Yeah, it's Kmart. It's got a leathery texture. Not that I can feel it, but, you know, I believe it's leather. Or fake leather, whatever. So then, let's go ahead and power this on. You know, I sat there for about 5 minutes trying to switch this thing off in the store, and I didn't even realise that you had to hold the volume down and power to switch it off. I had no idea. So I was looking like an idiot the whole time. But anyways, it all works. I'll just hide the serial number just in case, but it's the iPhone X running 13.3.1 with 64 gigs of storage with 4 photos. I wonder what the photos are. Let me go ahead and show you what the issue is. Also, navigation. I don't know how to use this at all. This is the first time using an iPhone with gestures. I don't know how to do it. Oh well. So we want to charge iPhone. Yep. That's fair enough. Charges. Alright, cool. So we know that wireless charging works, so that was the way to get around it. Obviously, they've purchased this and then sold it on and then realized that someone couldn't charge it. And if you can kind of see, there's 2 stickers. So I'm going to try and get this one off and reveal the back one to see what they've done. Because I reckon they've bought it and they didn't know that the charger port was faulty and then tried to think of a solution on how they could sell it. And they went with a wireless charger, which, you know, it'll do. It looks like it's got $3.99 on both stickers, so no idea what's going on there. But it's in fairly alright condition, I guess. Just got to clean it up a little bit. Obviously, some methylated spirits will fix that quite well. Charging port issue. Here we go. So you get the lightning connector. Plug it in. So it doesn't go in. And that's because right inside of the charging port is a whole heap of dust. And as you can see, the speaker grills are also covered with a thick layer of dust. So if what I'm about to do works, then I've just bought myself a cheap iPhone X. To start the repair, I've got a little dental pick here. So I'm just going to go in here and just carve out some of the dirt that's in here. Alright, that's already a piece out, but I think I might have to go with a metal tool to get it out properly. Using something with a little bit more precision, go ahead and scrape out all the yuckiness in there. Is that even a word? I don't really know. This probably looks really dangerous, but it's not really that bad, to be honest. Alright, so let's just test taking those few dust chunks out if we see any difference. No, still nothing. Alright. I'll keep working on it. How's it looking now? Probably the same to you guys, but let me see if it works now. Ta-da! That was an easy fix. It still needs a little bit more out of it, because it's still quite a tight fit. But, let me just do that again. There we go. Maybe if I do it a couple more times, the dust might come out with it. There we go. Perfect! How easy. 5 minutes to get the dust out. Done. Fixed. They could have sold it at a higher price, but nope. Nope, I came along and just did that and solved. Alright, well I'm going to use a toothbrush to try and get out the rest of the stuff, so see how we go. I just want to sort of clear out the speaker grills. This looks very brutal, but trust me, it's fine. I'm using the bristles of the toothbrush to press into the holes of the speaker grill area to push out the dust that's covered all in there, and then when I disassemble it I'll get to the speaker area and shake it all out. It should be fine. But I'd hate to see what's inside of this. There's going to be a lot of dust in here, I'd say, and it's been taken apart before, because if you can just see up here, it doesn't sit flush. So I don't know if it's an original panel or if it's been replaced at some point in time. I'm not too sure. Still not super solid, but once I take it apart I'll probably do a bit of further in-depth cleaning. Alright, we'll just give it another test. That's so much better. Holy moly. That made so much of a difference. And it was just bits of dust like this. That was all stuck in the charger port, and that's it. So Cash Converters obviously sold it, realized that they couldn't charge it, so they decided to just bundle it with a wireless charger, and why did they not send it off to repair? That's very strange. Oh, sure, why not? Okay, so now comes the point where I'm going to take the screen off it, because I believe it's aftermarket anyways, and I'm going to reapply some adhesive around it. I know it's not going to be waterproof, but I'll just put some adhesive just to stick down the screen. But we'll take it apart and see what's inside of it, because it's going to be a surprise to me. Also, I need, how many screw bits do I need? Like 6? Phillips, Torx, Tri-Wing. This is why I don't repair iPhones usually, because I have to use about 16 different screw bits, but that's okay. Alright. I believe that'll work. In Australia we sell these. It's like a tube that you can buy M&Ms in. I just use it to put tools in. It's pretty good. If you use the old Cash Converter sticker and put the screws that you take out of the device on it, you won't lose the screws. There we go. See? And you can just leave that to the side. You don't need a magnetic mat or anything. You just stick them on the sticker. Alternatively, I use tape as well. That works just as well. I got one screw out, obviously. The other one, there's barely a surface to put the screw into. So, I'm going to keep trying. I'll get it. Don't worry. Whoa, okay. That took a little longer than usual, considering I had to use about 20 different screwdrivers to take one fucking screw out. Jesus. This one worked. Even though they're all exactly the same, this one seems to be the lucky one. So you're going to stay aside and you're going to go back in the M&M's tub. Alright, so to test to see if our display was replaced at some point in time, I'm going to go around it and just pry ever so gently, just around the edges, while pulling up on the suction cup to see if the adhesive has been broken or not. Okay, so it just opens like a book, presumably. That's correct. There's a bit of dust in there, just a little bit, but I have a feeling that this is a replacement display because all of that there is not adhered anymore. There was some remnants of the waterproof seal going around it, but it's all got dust, dirt, and all that sort of stuff on it. So I'm going to take all of this out, take the display off, give the front sensor array a clean, give the rest of the internals a bit of a clean, and then try to work out what I can do with the screen. Is it worth just putting a little bit of super glue just underneath there and just pressing it up like that? Because I have a feeling it's a replacement screen. I don't see the Apple logo anywhere on it, but I could be wrong. Alright, now we've got to make our way through this little array here. So this screw just here has been threaded, unfortunately. It's just a massive gap, so I'm going to try a pentalobe and see if I can leverage it out or something. Okay. It's literally stuck. Let me try something else and I'll see if I can get it out. Okay, so unfortunately I had to rip and tear. That was the only way that I was going to get it off. And the actual screw itself, oh, very hard to see. It's just a hole in the screw. That's it. And that's how it was when I opened it up. But I tried putting a flathead screwdriver and just sort of leveraging it up a little bit, and that wouldn't come undone. So I just twisted the metal plate ever so slightly and then bent it and then pulled the other side out, which now looks like that. But I had no other choice. I couldn't get the display off, so I had to do that. I can order a replacement bracket off eBay, that's fine. Anyways, the front sensors, as well as around the frame, pretty dirty. You got a little bit of dust and dirt and stuff like that in there, so I'll give it a bit of a scrub-a-dub. That should make the front camera look nice again. So what makes me believe that someone else has been in here was the fingerprints on the camera sensor there. I'm wearing gloves and that doesn't really leave a mark, whereas they look like fingerprint marks from the adhesive, possibly. And then coming to the display assembly itself, usually there's an Apple logo somewhere on here, but I don't see one. I believe that this would be an aftermarket one, but I'm not too sure. I'm not an expert with Apple stuff, but what it looks like to me is that it's aftermarket. And because of the frame also coming off, like so, that's what makes me believe that this is an aftermarket one. I mean, this does happen on OEM screens, as far as I've seen in the past. I'll give the front sensors just a bit of a clean here. See, the metal's all bent out of shape as well at the top. Alright, so that seems fine now, so I'm going to go around the edges and get all the old residue off here. Since the display's lifting anyways, it's probably not worth reapplying adhesive if I'm only just going to use it for myself and not move it on. I don't know, we'll have to see what happens. So I could always do a test fit anyways. Put the screen back on, see what it looks like, see if it sort of sits flush. If not, then I can put a bit of adhesive on here. That's fine. Wee. Aww. Wee. Aww. I can't remember. Can you do the whole slow-fy thing on this? Where you take a really crappy selfie at like 240 frames a second? Can you do that on the iPhone X? I can't remember. I don't think you can. Unless they've done it in software updates or something, but I don't think they did. Alright, so I've cleaned the speaker grills out as best as I can. They look pretty good now, so they should be nice and clear. The inside is completely stripped of the adhesive. There's no traces of dust as far as I can see. I'll go ahead and just put the bracket back on as well as the screen. I'll have to check if there's any adhesive left on the display itself. I remember almost falling off my chair when I seen Jerry rig everything, take the iPhone X apart, and I seen the two batteries laid out in the fashion like this. And I was just like, oh my god, really? Back then I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But I guess now it does. Does it still work? Oh, oof. Oh my god. Heart attack. Ah, I thought I killed it. Whew. It's not the first time that I've taken apart an Apple device and I've killed it. Oh god. Have I killed it? Maybe it doesn't work with gloves on. I think I've killed it. I think the touch connector wasn't clicked all the way down, so I'll try it now and hopefully it fixes it. Yes, good. Very good. Well, I gotta change my camera battery, so let me do that and we'll get right back to it. Okay, so now that I know that... Oh, that's right. See, I gotta hold the power button, and it doesn't do anything because I gotta hold the volume button to do it. Okay, well that's all good. It's all good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put only one plate back on, I think. Maybe I'll do the other one as well. I still don't understand why Apple decided to use tri-wing screws in their iPhones. Like, tri-wing screw bits have been around since who knows how long, and they're like, well, why don't we just put tri-wing ones in there? It's not going to stop anyone from opening up the device and repairing it themselves. Give it time, Apple will invent their own screw bit, and they'll probably sue everyone who makes a screwdriver that will actually be able to take the bits off. They'll probably, yeah, end up suing them all, and, well, that'd be fun. Well, it doesn't look pretty. You can just see that the metal bit is basically just there for show. I don't know if I should just leave it on or take it off. I don't know. Otherwise, there's only just a little bit more dust in there, which that's pretty good, I'd say. Alright, so now go and hook it back on. So I'll use those metal pieces at the top to hook it on. So it's back on, but it's still just lifting ever so slightly. Just there as well. Look, it's definitely not waterproof now, but it should be fine, I think. Just ignore the pliers and all the other pieces that are around. It's all good. It's all good. Alright, well, let me try the front camera. That looks good. So when I first tried it, it was really, really bad. It was really dusty. But no, it seems good now. Ooh, vivid. Vivid warm. Vivid cool. Dramatic. How is that any different to original? Sure, why not? Well, yeah, it works now. Let me test the charging port once again, just to make sure that I've done everything good. There we go. Beautiful. So now the true test is, I'm going to plug it into my computer and see if it shows up in iTunes. Hopefully it doesn't blow up or anything. Should be good. I've had a couple of lightning cables catch on fire before. Lightning, fire, get it? That's all good. Welcome to your new iPhone. Yeah, it's not quite new, but, you know, it's recognized. It works. Goody. I'm going to just put BFG Division onto the iPhone, just to test the speakers out. This is probably something that you won't hear from me for a while, but I actually do like the design of the iPhone X. The bezels aren't really that big. I honestly thought they would have been bigger, because I've never actually held an iPhone X properly and had a look at it, and it actually doesn't look half bad. The notch isn't as in your face as I thought it would be. They sound pretty good to me. But then how do I go back to that app? There we go. That's going to take me a bit of time to get used to. Another important thing I need to test to make sure this thing works is if it accepts SIM cards or not. Ah, my glove's stuck in it. Yep. Okay. I hung up on myself. How do you hang up on yourself? Calls work, so that is all good. Now, I do watch Hugh Jeffreys videos, and I remember a video that he done with the screens of the iPhone X, something about the True Tone not being programmed into it, and he's got a little gizmo thingamajiggy that he connects the screen into to reprogram it. But I believe this screen is all good, I think. As I said, I don't really know much about Apple products, I'm just going along with it. What I'm now going to do is just give it a bit of a clean up, give it a bit of a polish, and then basically that's it. We've repaired the cheapo cash converters phone. It just probably does need a new display and adhesive and a bracket, but I'll probably just use it for myself, to be honest. I like the design of it. It looks nice, so I'll probably just keep it for myself, to be honest. Okay, anyways, let's clean it up. I love how they slap the sticker on here with accessories. Yeah, you mean the wireless charger that you guys just decided to stick with it because you couldn't figure out that there was dust in the charger port. That's what I mean. I always get good dealios because they don't know what they're doing sometimes. Sometimes you can get some really good bargains because they just can't be bothered checking the items that they get. They just go, hey, it's fine, it works. And it's only when a customer buys the item and takes it back that they go, oh, there's something wrong with it? Oh, you know, they should have someone testing, you know, the products that come in, giving them a quick test and all that sort of stuff to ensure that, you know, the customers that are coming in and spending their hard-earned cash are getting something that they know is going to be okay, instead of having to go back there and exchange it and deal with refunds and repairs and all that sort of stuff, because their repair policy is a little bit strange and their refund policy is a little bit strange as well. It takes a couple of minutes just to quickly test a device to make sure that it's all good. It only took me a couple of minutes to clean out the charging port, and now it's beautiful, it's fine. That's why I shop there. Their loss is my gain. Just using some good old methylated spirits on the back here. I don't actually use alcohol to clean. I much prefer methylated spirits because, while it makes everything foggy, you go back in with a microfiber and now the thing is shinier than the sun. Looks good. My go-to choice of cleaning stuff has always been methylated spirits and paper towel. When I was building computers, I would always use paper towel and methylated spirits to clean because it works beautifully. I mean, I could get isopropyl alcohol, but I find that methylated spirits is just a lot nicer to work with. And if you have any cuts or anything like that on your hands while using this stuff, it burns like hell. I'm just making sure that I clean up everything because I don't know where this has been. And I do this with all the devices and stuff that I get from cash converters. I make sure that I clean them all up like this before I actually properly use them. Because you never know where they've been. Anyone walks into cash converters and just goes, yeah, I got a phone to sell. Yeah, we'll give you $100. Alright, thanks, bye. And they just chuck it on the shelf and sell it. I'm like, you know, that's where I come in and go, okay, I'll buy it. I believe I've just discovered the sound effects to Galaga. That's pretty scratched up. That's what happens when you don't have a screen protector and you drop it in dust and dirt and drag it along the ground. That's what happens. But otherwise, looks nice now. Just very scratched up. But you know what I could do? I could do what Hugh Jeffreys actually did and buy another frame for it and then place all the components in there and stuff. That'd be really cool. Like my own custom iPhone, like a see-through one, like a transparent one or something like that. That'd be sick. And then just have the iPhone X as just, I don't know, my device for testing AirPods with or something like that. I have no idea. Alright, here comes the final piece of the puzzle. The last screws that need to go in. I won't tighten them excessively. I think I'll just leave them pretty loose just in case I need to go back and open it again. But I will keep this screwdriver handy. Okay, I need to mark that as the iPhone X screwdriver because none of the others work. Oh, they charged me $380 for it. I thought it was $370. Oh well. Well, there you go. $380. Got an iPhone X, 64 gig. It works. Beautiful. It's scratched up. I literally had to fix two things on it. The front camera was blurry and the charger port didn't work. And I've done both of them. That was fairly easy. Honestly, this repair would have taken 10 minutes. But because of the screws in here that have already been threaded around and stuffed around stuff, that was the most time consuming part of this whole thing. Otherwise, it was fairly easy. And like, I do this all the time. I often just sit at my desk here and just do repairs like this. So I don't know if you guys want to see more of this kind of thing, where I just casually just repair a phone and that's it. You know, I have devices that don't boot up, I'll take them apart, make sure everything's fine, put it back together and make sure it all works and stuff. So, I don't know if you want to see that as sort of like a bonus addition to the rest of the videos and stuff. Honestly, I sit here for hours sometimes, and I just stuff around with phones and try and repair them and replace screens and all that sort of stuff. And while it's not going to be anything professional or super fancy or anything, it's just a very casual, laid-back video, no timestamps, no nothing, just watch and see what happens. You can skip through, it's fine. I wouldn't expect much to come of these videos anyways. It's just more or less, you know, something else for you guys to watch while I do the main content sort of thing. And I figured why not just have the camera recording while I do the repairs and take notes here and there, and it's done. So yeah, let me know if you want to see more of this sort of stuff or not. If not, that's okay. Alright, well I think that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to do. But sometimes you never know what you're going to find at your local cash converter store. Alrighty, well I believe that is it. So thank you very much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. And as I've said for like the third or fourth time now, let me know in the comments if you want to see more of these just chill out repair video sort of thing, and yeah, I'm happy to do more, because I do actually have a stack of devices that need to be repaired, but I haven't got around to it yet. But if you want to see more of it, there they all are. See, look, they've even gathered dust on them because I've left them for so long. But if you want to see it, let me know. Alright, thanks for chilling with me and watching me repair this little device. Why have I got tweezers? And, yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video, which, probably will be something more traditional, to be honest. This was just a one-off to just see what happens. So, yeah. Alright, thanks again. See you next time. I'm probably going to jailbreak this, and I'll probably change stocks to stonks. Because why not? That'd be funny. Is that meme dead yet? I don't know. If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.